The Virtual Summiteers Mastermind Group Masterclass starting soon. 3, 2, 1. Connecting. Everyone, thank you for joining us live. We are here with Sabrina Teekah. I am so glad that Sabrina is here. Sabrina has helped me through so many hard times. Like when I realized that I was being robbed, she helped me. She gave me strategies for me not to be robbed anymore. Yeah. Sabrina is really great at being a coach, being a mentor, having her own mastermind where she worked with fellow event producers. So I want to say thank you, Sabrina, for coming and hanging out with us, networking with us, and sharing your knowledge, your time with us. It's very much appreciated.
You're
Thank you.
welcome, Erica. You're welcome.
Well,
Yeah, thank
okay,
you for having
Sabrina.
me.
Like I said, I really appreciate you being here with us. Shout out to El Kersey of Lux Maverick for joining us live this morning. Um, Sabrina has a message that she wants to share with us about your virtual event business or your small business in general. So I am going to leave the stage and hand it over to you, Sabrina.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Erica. Welcome, everyone. And usually I'm only going to be seeing your chat until I guess we go in the lounge. So please put your questions in the chat or any comments or whatever as I go through. I wanted to share a couple of tips with you guys that you can actually start implementing as soon as we leave this call, because I think we all have a lot of information, and I wanted to give you some usable tips that you can, review, look at, and some of these you're probably already doing. So I'm excited to be here. I admire all the things that you guys do in this uh, summiteer world, and Erica is a genius in this streaming world. I am very new to this section of the world. I'm more in the Zoom meeting world with conferences, trade shows, all online, and enrollment events. Enrollment events being the where you're doing or you're hosting for somebody else that actually sells a program. So a couple of tips that I wanted to share with you guys this morning. So here we go. First of all, for 2023, really understanding your vision, like what exactly do you want to accomplish in terms of scaling your business. I'm going to speak more on the scaling part of your business and not the doing what you're already doing, because you guys know how to do that already. So I'm encouraging you to think about expansion and scaling and leverage. So understanding what does that vision look like. So it might be something like I want to I want to host, stream 5 more clients in the first quarter, or I want to grow my list by 100 people. So understanding what that vision is will help you re-engineer how you're going to get there. So really writing down your vision. Don't write it, don't do write it on pen and paper, with pen and paper, because it sticks with you a little bit more. And even better, if you want to do some sort of a vision board, write it up there, or write points, a little card, whatever works for you, so that you have it in front of you. I'll give you a little example. A couple years ago, I drew this detailed diagram of what I wanted to see an organizational chart look like for my husband and I. This was maybe about 15 years ago. And it was so detailed, and I detailed out how we're going to get there. He was still working in corporate America. I was, I had left corporate America and was starting a small business as well. So it was all my dreams, and I had my name in every almost every single box, and his name in one or two boxes. And a couple, maybe about a year ago, I found it, and I was like, "Holy crap! This is what our business looks like today." He is out of corporate America, and we're doing exactly what I had hoped for. So these things, we hear about vision boards and really visualizing what we want, and it's true. I mean, I've done it several times, and it really gets it into your subconscious. So I encourage you to do that, and dream big. Dream big. Don't think about the how, just dream big. The next one is really about, these are in no particular order, people. So let me know. Let me know. You can take whichever sections you want. Understanding your offers. So understanding your products and your services. And is it a suite of products? So, meaning, does it all have a through line so that when I'm finished with product number one, I really need product number two? So, think about it as problem, solution, problem, solution. So, when you have a solution for your client, once they go through that solution, they will have another problem or challenge, however you want to say it. So think through that so that it actually will make perfect sense for them to buy the next thing that you offer, because it's a path to getting you, design your high ticket offer. I'm sure you guys have heard that before. High ticket offer meaning your the top offer that you have, and then work your way down to all the way down to the free offer. You may only have one offer right now, which is fine. But look and see where there's opportunity to maybe next year introduce one other offer. So every year, introducing one other little piece. Because think about it this way: if you are producing these events, right? And all of a sudden, let's say you have 10 clients right now, and you can manage that very well. But all of a sudden, as you scale, and you may or may not want to do this, um, as you scale, you have 50 clients. That's awesome, right? That's awesome. But how are you going to manage that? Because you're just you and you just have 24 hours in the day. So understanding, well, how am I going to manage that? Do I even want that? And if I want that, I need to set myself up for success. I have to think through that, if I ask for referrals, that's another thing. If I ask for referrals, and people are so generous that they refer me, then I have to make sure that I can deliver on that. So where I'm going with that is thinking about how will I scale so that I don't have to be in the picture all the time, because then that's burnout, right? You'll be working 24/7 to actually fulfill these commitments. So, what can you do? Can you collaborate with other summiteers? Can you collaborate with other and share the revenue? Um, that's a really nice way to do it, because there's a win-win situation. Another idea is you can actually um, have a set of contractors that you hire on an as needed basis. However, I would suggest that you train them the way you want them to do the summit, and hire them under your company, and they're paid out under your company as subcontractors. But now you have a team that anytime you want to call on them, You know that they know what your expectations are, so you don't have to keep training all the time. And you may have different team members. So you may have a small event where you just need some basic skills. You may have a mid tier and a high tier. So depending on what you need to know what kind of equipment they have. Can they really work it? You need to test them. But the training, you can add that training as a paid training that they take your course and they get to be part of your your resource pool because they've gone through your course, they've gone through the training with you, they know what your expectations are, they know how you do business. You may, if as they're going through your course, you may want to invite them to actually be to actually observe what's happening, and so they get some on the job training, so to speak. But um that is a paid service that they should be paying you to be trained, right? um and because I know sometimes that we're in a panic, and then we just get somebody that really doesn't understand the technology. They're trying their best, but um, it would be it would be easier, and you'll be out of the chaos if you don't if you can train them ahead of time. So hopefully that makes sense. Is this making sense to you guys? I'm not seeing your faces, so this is a little bit strange for me. um, so put anything in the chat that you need to, if you think about things or ask me something as we go along. I'm happy to answer that. On that note, remember that you need to make sure that your business has some legal protection in terms of if you're recording things, if you are recording people's voices, people's images, people's content, that you have permission from them to actually share it, because things go on the web. And sometimes, let's say a year from now, I'm going to use a simple example of that information is no longer relevant. Then if somebody finds it 10 years from now, um you know it may not reflect well. So understand those little pieces, but maybe get some legal counsel on that, or some sort of contract that, especially if somebody's volunteering, but then you take that content and you sell it, um, make sure that the person is okay with that. Okay. Um, and also any financial claims that you make, be very careful, because you may say, oh, this particular training will net you X number of dollars, but at the end of the day, your training works, but they have to work to get to that level, right? So just be really careful about things like that. The other tip, so are we okay? I'm not is everybody good? Is this helpful? Oh, I see some thumbs up. Awesome, awesome. Thank you. Um the other thing that I want to encourage you to think about is, what is that journey map? I'm not sure if you guys, some of you I'm sure have know this. It's the journey map from cold, warm traffic or warm leads to a client. So understanding what are the first steps. So let me give you an example. So this particular streaming is a free um it's a free streaming uh piece of content, right? So somewhere along here, Erica might put a link in the chat that says, hey, if you want to learn more, sign up here. So it's a free opt-in that you are growing your list. Or maybe it's content where you're selling something. Um, you want to be able to put the link in the chat, say, hey, you know, we're doing this thing, but understanding that journey map. So first of all, we have the list that we're going to send out an invite. So then we have on social media, we'll post it and invite them. So that's a couple of steps in the journey. Then we might send them a, hey, thank you for signing up. Here's a little checklist or something. So thinking about things that are surprise and delight that your people that's signing up would not necessarily think that you would give them, but it's something so useful that they did not expect. And that's where building stronger relationships with your community comes in place, because you want to build such a strong relationship that they always have you top of mind when they're thinking about the thing that you're best at, like your brilliance, so that they can say, oh, I know Erica knows about air meat or this. I need to talk to her about how do I implement this? How do I set this up? Because I have no idea. So understanding what are those things that people come to you for because you're the expert, and thinking through that journey and dropping little nuggets as you go along in the journey, because at the end of it, it should lead to a call to action, which will involve you selling something, because at the end of the day, you're in business, and um, you have to make money to continue in business, right? Because without money, we can't have the impact that we want to have. So let's say we want to help a family, buy gifts for Christmas or something like that. We need money in order for us to help them. We also need money for us to help our own families. So asking at the end of the journey for each offer that you have should have a call to action to ask them to buy something. One of the things um, that I recently became very aware of, and I was like, "Holy crap!" Um, there's a lot of things that I do online, and I don't do the ask. So I'm telling you because I make the same mistake. So um, you have to have when you don't have, let me back up. When you have, let's say you do a weekly interview or something like that, and you put it online, and you don't ask them to do something at the end. I call those like orphaned pieces of content. So always make sure that you have an ask. The ask could be sign up for, more stuff that we give away, or just be on my email list. So it could be building your email list. It could be um on your designing your offer, it could be that $7 thing or the $27 thing, and then building them up to the next value, the next value, the next value, right? Because the first thing that you ask somebody to buy, especially if they don't know you, yes, there, Erica, the call to action, correct, is if you ask somebody to buy, I don't know, a couple $1,000 without them knowing you first is a little bit harder to close the sale than if they've already spent a little bit of money with you. So if they've already taken out their pocketbook and, say, hey, yeah, let me get this small course, and they get a taste for your brilliance, then it's easier to send them to the next thing, to offer them the next thing, right? Um, and that's where I'm sure you guys have heard it called the value ladder or the profit pyramid. Um, Hi, Thomas. Nice to have you. um, they so you understand how you go up. So think about Apple, for example, they have the phone, but the phone has a case, it has a charger, it has earphone, what do you call earbuds. It has a bunch of accessories that all relate to that one thing. But then they're going to say, hey, buy the iPad. So you're going up the value ladder with that. Screen protectors, there you go. So there's a lot of different things that are low cost to a high product. So look at your offerings and your services and see how you could, is it all just one price point value? Or is there something that you can add to it? So, for example, the example that a lot of people use is McDonald's. Like, do you want fries with that? So, what is your fries with the thing um, that you're offering a client? Let's say they're hiring you to stream their new product launch, right? Is there something else that's the specific thing, but is there an add-on that you can offer that's so irresistible they're like, oh my God, we really need that. So um think about those. What are your fries or a drink, right? So think about those other little things because that's when you make the the sale a little bit higher than just, let's say it's $100, right? But if every $100 sale you can add $10 or $25, that's a, right? That's a win. So think about those irresistible fries. What does that look like? And and start thinking about how can you incorporate those into your offerings. Another thing, I know some of you guys work with corporate America. Um, I think this applies to small businesses as well. When you are in it, always look for what are they missing that you have the skill to provide to them. So, for example, years ago, I was a part of an organization with coaches, right? And a lot of them were corporate coaches. And this was before COVID. I kept telling them, you really need to have some online courses that addresses some of the pain points of your corporate clients. Because when you're in the job, if they hire you to do a 10-week training program and it's about leadership, but you realize that a lot of people are stressed out. Now, do you know how to talk about stress? Do you know some tips and tricks that techniques and all those kinds of things that you can make a small course and offer it to the students, but then you can offer it to the client to say, I have a training portal and we address these topics. And I think your employees would really benefit from it. We offer it for $100 a month. And any number of your employees can handle it, can go into the library and access it at any time. Another thing is when corporate or anybody goes through training that's one time training, you really can't learn everything in one shot. You need repetition to really learn it well and to execute it well. So why not have a library that you give them access to? Sometimes it's free access for a month, sometimes it's free access for a year, depending on the price point, or have a monthly access, which you're not, be careful about how much of you live that you put into it because as you scale, you, like I said before, you only have so many hours. So if you say everybody that signs up get half an hour free call with me, then if you have 100, then 100 half an hour is a lot of time. So think about scaling. It could be every month I'll come in and you can ask the summiteer a question. So you don't have to prepare content, but people still feel like they have access to you when you're doing those membership, monthly recurring type of things. Um, and then the last part I want to share with you before I open it up for questions is creating your lead magnet. So, is your lead magnet so irresistible that I want to put it up on the fridge? That I want to, put it up on the fridge. Meaning, like, I want to have it here with me because it's such valuable content and it's not throwaway content, right? So, thinking through what does that look like in your industry? Is it so I'm gonna do a quick so for virtual summiteers, maybe it's the 5 best platforms that we found for streaming. And here's why it's good. It's this, this, and this. Now, if you recommend those and those platforms have an affiliate link, please sign up for the affiliate link and give the people the affiliate link. So if you're promoting it, why not make some money at the same time? Right? So always looking for those affiliate links because those things, I never used to pay attention to those. And then I started paying attention a couple years ago and I don't really push it that much, which I really need to add a little bit to that this upcoming year. Oh, that's good. That's good, Erica. You're an affiliate link queen. I love it. I love it. But what I did was a lot of the affiliates pay you in PayPal. So I saved all that money in PayPal and I used that money to upskill. So when I wanted to take another class, I I actually used that money from the PayPal that I was getting for free and I registered, like, for example, right now, I don't know how many of you know Russell Brunson. I'm in his funnel certification program. I've done the exchange program and I'm using that money, which is great, right? So those affiliate money come in really, really handy. And it's great because they're also reduce your taxable income, right? Because you're upskilling for um, it's education. So think about those. Okay, content fries. I like that. Oh, that's good. That's good, Thomas. That could be a catchy name for a product. I like that. I love that. Yeah. So, Erica, I'm gonna open it up for any more questions and discussion. I'm not sure what button to press. There we go.
No buttons to press. If you're
Okay,
all
good.
done, I would like to say thank you for that. I've never thought about printing out a lead magnet and put it on my refrigerator, but I do have multiple binders that I have my lead magnets in that I've collected from other people that I really like.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
The
and
one that
Thomas
the
was
one that
making
I
a joke about content fries.
I like
It
that.
is a product.
I love that. I love that.
Well, okay.
Oh,
So
wait a minute.
everyone who is watching, I'm sorry. Go
That's an
ahead.
actual name of a thing,
Yes.
Thomas? Oh,
Mm.
really? Okay.
So if you're interested, Content Fries is actually having a lifetime deal sale right now. So
Uh-oh.
it chops up your content. It does it by itself, and it gives you the opportunity to highlight the text and clip those videos yourself. So it gives you the transcript. You can use the
Okay.
transcript. You can use those transcripts for ebooks. You
Oh,
can use them
wow,
for
that's
social
cool.
posts, stuff like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if everyone who is watching via social media, we are now about to stop this live stream, and everyone who is with us, we are going to go to the lounge. So if you would join us at what table do you want to join us at, Sabrina?
Oh, shoot. I forgot the tables there. You tell me where to go.
All right, well, let's meet at table one, the first table then.
Okay.
So we'll see y'all in the lounge. Bye for now.
Okay. So let's see. How do I do this?
You go to the arrow that's on the left-hand side,
To
and
the
when you leave this room, you'll see a message at the top, like three words.
Oh, there
The
we
middle
go.
one should say lounge.
All right. So I will try to find my way there.
All right. I hope to
All
see
right.
you all
See you just
there.
now.